was his first season, and there's a lot going on last year. But did you get a sense just how much, like, did he ever talk about how much he loved growing up down the shore in Wildwood and kind of his like humble beginnings?
Not much, no, but I got a chance to know him on a personal level, so I got a chance to learn a little bit more about him and his family, and obviously we're living in the same area when I was out there, but no, I didn't get a chance to hear too much about his humble beginnings. We did
And
see that he was was a young was a teen trickster. He used to do the spinning on the pencil. He had all the halftime show tricks. I guess back then he would do as a youngin.
what did you see? Did you ever see him on Letterman? He was on like, do you remember he was on David Letterman as a kid, the stupid human
Yeah.
tricks
Was he doing he was doing the tricks, right? So yeah, I remember him
with
being seeing the
brushing
videos
the
of him
teeth.
brushing the teeth. I think yeah, that's what it was, spinning the ball. Yeah, he was that's pretty amazing, man. But I don't think he brought it to our attention, but we found it some and when it was I guess it went viral a couple times, but
And
we
what
got a
was
chance
your
to see.
reaction when you saw that video?
He looks exactly the same, but I just thought it was funny. I didn't know where he started. It's interesting to see, how some people start out and where their passion comes or stems from, or what they were doing when they're younger. And to see him looking exactly the same as a young and have that passion for basketball at that age, it shows why he's successful and good at what he does, what he's doing
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
for
Next
sure.
up, next up is Lauren. Go ahead, Lauren.
Hey, Danny, how much are you looking forward to seeing how your new teammates match up with your old teammates tonight, especially considering you guys are the best in your conferences right now?
I think everyone is looking forward to playing against the former champions. That's a big game. Anytime you get a chance to step on that floor and play a good team, any team, it's a chance to get better for us, but especially the better teams in the league, the top team in the league, former champions, especially a former team or former teammates. Dwight's played for some teams. I played for some teams. A couple guys here have moved around some. So anytime a chance to get to play against their former team or teammates, it's always a fun challenge and a very competitive nature. So I think we're all excited about this one because of who they are and what they represent in this league.
What do you think will be the key to getting out early and making sure that you stop sort of their key weapons tonight?
Just our growing in our communication defensively. Last game, we had a very bad lapse. Started with me defensively. I got to be a lot better of locking in, staying with our guys, bringing energy every night, not taking night off and taking anything for granted. Every possession matters, regardless of regular season, playoffs or not. But getting the rebounds we need and not let it be a domino effect where one negative play rolls over into the next play. So we got to stay positive with each other, whether a bad play happens or not. We got to keep moving to the next play and do better. But bringing that energy and defensively locking in and communicating. And also our transition defense is where we got to get better at, and that's what they're great at. So if we don't turn the ball over and get back on defense, talking in transition, I think that'll help us a ton.
Awesome. Thanks, Danny.
Anytime.
We've got four. We've got four hands up. We'll take these four, starting with Kai and then Keith. Kai, go ahead.
Hey, Danny. Now that you played with Ben and you played with LeBron last season, the two of them always get compared all the time. So I was curious what your thoughts were on the comparison and if they're, really valid and stuff.
I mean, I see why there's a comparison. Obviously, LeBron's one of the greatest ever to do it, and Ben has the potential given his size, ability, and speed. But it's hard. It's unfair. It's unfair to compare anybody to LeBron and compare anybody to Michael Jordan, especially at a young age. Ben is still learning the game, and he said he's very good, but still has a long way to go if he wants to be in that realm. So it's just an unfair comparison for anybody, let alone Ben. But said he has the tools and the potential to be that. It's really upon him to see how far, how passionate about the game, how much he studies it, how much he takes care of his body, how long his tenure is in this league, because he said he could possibly have that type of same career if he keeps going.
Thank you.
Next up is Keith.
What's up, Danny? How you doing?
Good. So,
I'm well. I'm well. Danny, after y'all won the championship last year, did you want to come back to LA? And was there some disappointment with being traded?
I think after winning a championship with any team, you want to go back to that team and try to see if you can run it back. In Toronto, of course, and then LA, of course. Disappointment. I understand the nature of the business. Wouldn't say disappointed. I look at everything in a positive light. So a fresh start for me, something new, change the scenery, change the speed. might have been good for me, might have been different for me. You know, my chapter, this next chapter is probably a better, maybe hopefully a better one or a different one, or something that my body, my mind needed emotionally and mentally off the court. But yeah, I think everybody wants to run it back to a team that they win a championship with. Disappointed, said not necessarily no. Those are still my guys. So I still call them family, still call them brothers. We still have a bond forever because of what we achieved together and how the time we spent in a bubble. But now our story goes different ways, and we move on. And now I'm trying to rewrite or make history in the books over here in Philadelphia.
Now I know, like you said, the time you guys spent in the bubble. Last year, when you guys came to Philadelphia, the next day is when Kobe died, and you guys, you took the flight back. And how now again, yesterday was the anniversary of the death. Was it kind of tough for you? I mean, reliving, because in the back of your mind, you're probably thinking about what happened last year you guys experienced as a group.
It's always tough, man, when you're thinking about tragedies. And I don't want to take away anything from Kobe's his day. But rest in peace, Sekou Smith. We losing a lot of greats out here, man. This COVID thing is no joke. I can't but do much more than urge people who can take this serious. Wear your mask, wash your hands, be safe, keep getting tested. Stay indoors as much as you can. Stay, not going out to major events. Obviously, we wish that we have our fans back. We want our fans back, but this is the safest way to do it. And we're still losing people, but yeah, man, you're ever thinking about those things, and when you're still continuously losing great people, it's tough days. I just think about the time that we tried to play after we had lost him. It was probably one of the hardest games I ever played in my life, and just physically, mentally, emotionally, it was really an experience where I felt like I wasn't even there on the court, and I couldn't really feel the game, couldn't feel the ball the way I wanted to. To try and make a shot after watching that tribute was unbelievably hard. So yeah, the days like yesterday were tough, so especially after the fact that we lost another great in Sekou. So
Yeah, it was a tough day. Thank you, Danny.
anytime.
We're gonna have time for one more, and that's Lisa Salters. Lisa, go ahead.
Hey, Danny, real quick, it just occurred to me that you're going for a three-peat, a personal three-peat. Just what does that mean to you? And do you know if anyone's ever done that before?
Do I know anybody personally that's done it before? No.
I mean, do you know if it's happened before? I mean, I can Google it, but
if it's happened on 3 different teams,
you're right.
I don't know. If I had to guess, maybe a Robert Horry. I don't think so. I think he was on the same team he did his three-peat. He's been on a couple different teams. Steve Kerr has been on a couple of the guys that have been on different teams that won a lot of rings that come to mind. But I don't think it's done before. But I'm just here to try to make this. Honestly, history is great, and being in the history books and doing something special, something different that's never done before. But I'm just trying to do the best I can, do my job to the best of my ability, make this team, this organization better, be great, and put us in a position to be able to do that and make something special happen at the end of this year and bring a title here. If that happens, and I'm one of the very few to do on a three-peat, then great. But I'm not thinking about the ones before this. I'm thinking about this year and now, and focusing on the goals I have for 2021.
Cool. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Danny. Thanks, everybody.
For sure.